Welcome back, my fellow poets, to another Spooky Saturday video. To those of you who stumble across my content for the first time, I am your narrator, Paranormal Poet, and I narrate true, paranormal, scary stories who focuses more on atmosphere rather than visual aid to terrify you. So sit back, relax, and step into the world of the unknown.
This is how it begins. A loved one complains of intense fear in one isolated part of the house. Suddenly, the seizures begin. They begin a swing of emotions from angry and brash, then tired and emotional. Languages that they have no prior knowledge of emanate from their mouth whenever these outbursts begin. It's a phenomenon commonly labeled demonic possession. Of all the videos I have ever made covering demons, I have never once done a possession story, and what you are about to hear tonight is the first ever possession by a Djinn. Let's begin. Hello, Paranormal Poet. My name is Ali, for privacy's sake, of course, and this personal experience of mine shaped who I am today. It's a memory I still look back on, and one that sometimes has me shaken to my core. The date was October of 2022, and I was finishing up the cleaning of the mosque I used to serve at. In my religion, I am what is called an imam, a religious leader who leads the people in prayer, conducts sermons, and provides spiritual and religious guidance. One night, I was packing up for the night, about to head home, when one of my friends, who is also an imam, called out to me and said there is someone at the door. At that time, it was probably 9 o'clock at night and was getting darker. We usually don't get visitors this late. This was highly unusual. I began walking to the back of the mosque, and when I finally made it and opened the large door, there was a woman standing there with a child in her arms. She begged me to help her, saying her daughter has been feeling incredibly sick and had been getting weaker by the day, even after the official doctor's diagnosis said they couldn't find anything wrong. She asked me if I could pray over her daughter. I saw no harm in her request, and it was cold outside too. I escorted her to the front of the altar, where I began reciting an intercessory prayer, or simply a prayer over someone else. While I was reciting, the woman, who I'll call Hope for privacy's sake, began coughing. This wasn't the annoying minor cough. She was almost gagging from how hard she was coughing. I stopped the prayer and asked if she was all right. She said it's probably the dramatic shift from cold to warm that caused this. But what caught my eye was now she was starting to shake. I finished the salah and went to console her. Immediately, the girl got better, and Hope turned to me to thank me for helping her daughter. I wished them safe passage and went on my way. This is where things got severe. Upon cleaning up for the night, I hear a knock on the door again. It was Hope with her daughter again. Same situation. The daughter was having trouble sleeping at night. She would scream her mom awake and comfort her to no avail. She was seeing scary monsters at night and led me to believe maybe her house has an attachment. With no hesitation, I brought her to the same place and began the salah once again. This time, I held the girl in my arms to see if whatever was scaring her would come out. It worked, unexpectedly. When I mentioned Allah's great name, Hope would start shaking as if it was making her nervous. Without giving her an idea of who I was praying for, I began again, this time with the intent of praying over Hope. I continued reciting when every now and then I caught her mumbling something to herself. It got louder when I started to notice. At first, she was unintelligibly speaking a language I had not heard before. until I heard one word I definitely knew. Udug. I was told by a friend this means demon in the ancient Mesopotamian tongue, specifically ancient Sumerian. I was no longer praying over her daughter. I was now praying for hope, and made that very clear. All of a sudden, she collapses on the floor. I quickly lay her daughter on the wooden pew while I go check on Hope. She was breathing but unresponsive for about 10 seconds. When she opened her eyes, she said, "It's gone," followed by "Mashallah," thanking me and great Allah for aiding in ridding of this entity. Of all the times I've served as an imam, I never once had a genuine possession, but that was the first time I'd ever experienced the power of a Djinn. That was the most life-changing event I had ever lived. If you enjoyed this video and enjoy true paranormal stories or the supernatural in audio-only format, you are in the right place because that's what I do, and I post every Saturday at 9 p.m. PST for Spooky Saturdays. This is officially the last Spooky Saturday video of 2024. Thank you to all of you who continue to support and enjoy the series. I wish you all a blessed 2025, and I will see you all in the live stream. In the last live stream of 2024.